I want to spend a little bit of time talking about Microsoft Word. We're not programming in Word, but we will have times where we need to create a template or update a template in Word as part of the submissions for your different IT classes. So in these classes, the same way as you've done in your writing classes, you're going to have a title page. And I don't want to get into repeating that because other people have taught that with more experience than I. But what I do want to talk about is setting up the table of contents and the headings. So I'm going to hold down Shift and hit Enter. I'm sorry, I'm Control and hit Enter. I apologize. And that will pop me onto a new page. So there's a title page here. You format that as appropriately, but now I have a brand new blank page. Start at the top of the page, in which I want to add in a table of contents. I can do that in Word from the References menu. And over here you can see there's a table of contents. So if I click this, it'll give me several options for table of contents. It really doesn't matter which one, it's just a question of stylized choices. And so I'm going to say table of contents inside of here. And there's no other contents, so it's going to give me a warning as I start this. So you can see table of contents, no contents entry found. Again, for style, I want my table of contents to be on a page on its own, so I'm going to hold down Control and hit Enter again. Now, most of the courses are going to have 5 phases. So you can do it either as phase 1 or week 1 or however you wish to do it, and maybe have an additional title on top of there. But you can see here now I've typed in phase 1. I've went back to the Home tab up here while I was doing that. I'm going to move this up a little bit so we can see it. And on the Home tab you can see that the style here, all different styles, it says normal. Well, I want to pick heading 1 off of that style. And then I'm going to hit Enter and it takes me onto a new line. And I'm going to type in phase 2, excuse me, and make that heading 1. I'm going to stop here and go up to my table of contents now. If I click on that, you can see it gives me the option to update the table, which I can also do by hitting F9, the F9 character. But I'm going to hit Update Table there. And then it's adding in table of contents phase 1, phase 2. So I can move phase 2 to its own page by holding down Control and hitting Enter, and that moves it down to page 3. And at which point you can see the table of contents still shows phase 2 as being on page 3. So I'd have to do an update table again, which gives me the choice, so I want to do the entire table or just the numbers. It doesn't matter which one I do. If I say the numbers only, but you'll see page 4. It would not have picked up any new heading formats that I put outside of there. The last little note I can put inside of there is, let's say in phase 1, oops, I hit Alt-Enter to go down there, Control-Enter to do that again. In phase 1, I'm going to have submission 1. That's part of that. I can change that down to heading 2, which unfortunately changes my, nope, didn't. Yeah, good, that's clean there. Submission 1 and submission 2, sorry, I'll just say TBD, just to show, it can leave the formatting in there. Submission 2, and maybe this is code, design, flowcharts, pseudocode, whatever it's going to be inside of there. I can section off things like that. Oops, I don't want to save that. I'm going to come up here and hit Update Table. And I'm going to say update the entire table this time for sure. And you can see it adds in these subsections inside of there. It'll do this up to 3, heading 1, 2, and 3 based off the formatting of the table we had. One quick note here is every so often you're going to do a screenshot. So I'm just going to hit down Alt and Print Screen and throw in a screenshot inside of this. And so again, I took a screenshot of the screen I was just looking at. But I have to watch out of the formatting of this. So the way I currently did this, I'm fine. If I go through and say Update Table, it doesn't mess anything up. But occasionally, depending on where you paste this screenshot into here, it will end up with a formatting associated with it. I just changed the formatting to heading 1. Oops. The issue around this is if you do such things and do an update table, it will end up putting that picture in as heading 1 as part of my table of contents. If you see this happen, it's an easy fix. Go down to this item, click on it, and change it back to normal style, or not, at least not heading 1, 2, 3. Normal is the best one for images and whatnot. I keep hitting save, that's a habit. And then I can go back to my table of contents, update table, entire table, and then it goes away again. So that's a quick view of how to use Microsoft Word formatting. Your work is going to come in between this stuff, but the assignments ask for this formatting, and so I wanted you to have the skills and see it in action to do the formatting yourself. Again, it's the styles here, it's particularly heading 1, 2, 3, that equate to the table of contents here. Anything that is of the style heading 1, 2, or 3 to below gets added to the table of contents, including pictures. And so I want to be able to make sure I'm putting the right things inside of there. All right, so that's a quick view of that. So best of luck and enjoy creating your content.